I was getting undressed, but remembered something. I was talking to my little student here, Lexi, which was ripping today, and talking about jumping. And I learned something today. So since I learned something today after 36 years, I wanted to share it with you guys. So what I'm going to be getting at is, why do the pros not get kicked off of jumps or off of situations where an amateur or a less experienced rider would? And what I figured out today is that when a less experienced rider is going off a jump, or an amateur rider or someone with a neck brace, they're going to be more in this position, stuck. No movement, they're stuck. So whenever this bike goes sideways, they are stuck. So whenever there's something that is stiff in your motorcycle, or whenever there's a joint locked up in your body, you will be affected from there. So when they go off the jump and they're in a locked position, a stuck position, there's no movement to them, so they're affected big time from there. You magnified the problem because you're stuck. You're not meeting it with efficiency. You're not meeting it with flow. So now you get a top guy and they go off the jump or they get kicked. The reason they're not getting kicked is because they're meeting it with movement. They're meeting it with initiation. They're meeting it with a flow. So when that bike does kick sideways, it's not as much because there's something already moving. There's something already transitioning. There's not something stuck in one place where then now that gets affected so much more. They're meeting it with movement. They're meeting it with efficiency. And then that will lessen the effect of the bike kicking sideways or affecting you. So again, it's been 36 years and I learned something new today. So being a coach, I love coaching people that maybe aren't as skilled or need a lot more help, because then I have to really figure out what the reason is, and not just a pro, here's a banana and here's a Rhino Power Shake and good, let me wipe your butt. Okay? You really have to focus on what you're doing. So again, she was going off the jump a little bit like this, staying like this, not finishing the movement. The bike compresses and extends. The bike has to finish its movement or the trajectory of the motorcycle would be off. So same thing. So boom, the bike kicks or whole body moves. When I ride, I'm coming over the jump, the bike compresses, I compress, the bike extends, I extend, I'm meeting it with movement, it kicks, but I'm meeting it with movement so I can flow with it or slow it down or not let it affect me so much more, or initiate what's going to be happening because there's movement with it. So again, remember that. Don't ever be stuck in one position off a jump, because a lot of people ask me, hey Rhino, how do you jump? I ask them, hey, how do you know how to land? If you don't know how to land, then you don't know how to jump. Okay, so that's the thing, is make sure you finish your movements. The bike's finishing its movement, you need to finish your movement. Don't be stuck here, because if you're stuck here, you're going to magnify anything that happens.